Oggy and the Cockroaches is pure cartoon chaos at its finest. A peaceful blue cat, 3 annoying cockroaches, and a never-ending battle that turns the simplest moments into absolute madness. Every day, Oggy just wants a quiet life, but those roaches have other plans. So let's dive headfirst into this explosive, hilarious world. In the first episode of series, Oggy receives a red box of chocolates in the mail and is thrilled to enjoy them, but the cockroaches quickly steal the box and a chaotic chase begins. They slide down stair railings, play tug of war, and trick Oggy multiple times, causing him to crash painfully. Oggy hides in the bathroom to eat in peace, but the cockroaches sneak in and plant a time bomb under the toilet seat. Just as Oggy is about to eat a chocolate, the bomb explodes and sends him flying. Jack steps in to help and devises various plans to defeat the cockroaches, including a massive spray can and a bazooka, but each plan backfires hilariously. The duo ends up being thrown through multiple houses, and their attempts only cause more destruction to Oggy's home. In a final desperate move, Oggy and Jack push a cart full of explosives to destroy the cockroaches hiding under the fridge. However, Oggy accidentally sits on the detonator and blows up his entire house, except the fridge. In the end, Oggy finally gets the last chocolate from Dee Dee, tears up with joy, only for the chocolate to explode, revealing another prank. The cockroaches laugh inside the fridge as Oggy is once again humiliated. In the next episode, the 3 cockroaches, Joey, Marky, and Dee Dee, are having a picnic outside. Joey feeds Dee Dee a flower, and Marky sets up a picnic blanket, but when they check the basket, there's no food, because Dee Dee secretly ate everything. Joey is furious as he and Marky are left with nothing, while Dee Dee lies on the blanket staring at the sky. Oggy kindly gives Dee Dee a cake and even a gift, which turns out to be a picture of the cockroaches. Meanwhile, Oggy's grandmother finds Joey and Marky, and Oggy realizes they're in trouble. Dee Dee, daydreaming, sees a bird eat his best friend in the sky, and then stretches out, unaware of the chaos around him. Dee Dee ends up alone, sitting at a table full of fruits, searching for his missing friends. He climbs into the cockroach house, looks under the bed, and finds clues: Joey's toothbrush and Marky's back-scratching fork. He realizes something is wrong. Eventually, Oggy's grandmother finds Dee Dee, and he breaks down crying, feeling guilty for eating all the food. She almost punishes him, but decides not to, and Joey and Marky return, trying to cheer her up with a photo book. Suddenly, a loud spanking sound is heard. It's Oggy, not Dee Dee, who gets spanked. In the end, the cockroaches and Oggy's grandmother ride off in a bus for another picnic, leaving a confused Oggy behind. In the other episode, Oggy creates a powerful new roach repellent in his lab, so foul it can kill a cockroach in seconds. He heads to the attic to test it, where the cockroaches are playing Uno. They escape, and Dee Dee slows Oggy down by knocking over a stack of boxes. Dazed, Oggy stumbles upon a box of old toys and love letters from his childhood crush. As he nostalgically reads them, Joey gets an idea and disguises himself as the girl to prank Oggy. Oggy, thinking it's real, prepares for a romantic date, unaware that Dee Dee has laced his cologne with poison. Jack arrives and smells the danger, saving Oggy in time. After washing off the cologne, Oggy is ready for the date. But when the doorbell rings, it's just a Jack-in-the-Box prank from the cockroaches. A chaotic chase begins again. Jack gets tossed into a trash can, crashes into the lab, and accidentally spills the repellent, which spreads across the planet and even affects neighboring planets. The Earth becomes a barren wasteland, forcing the cats to survive by campfire cooking, while the cockroaches celebrate their apocalyptic prank. In the season 1 finale, Oggy announces the start of an opera performance and heads backstage, where Jack is practicing. When Oggy tries to join in, his poor singing annoys Jack, who shuts him up. Meanwhile, Dee Dee sees the opera poster through the ventilation and dreams of becoming a performer. He shows Jack a fake poster of a duet featuring them both, but Jack refuses and throws Dee Dee out, leaving him sad. Joey and Marky try to cheer him up. Determined, Dee Dee returns disguised as the Phantom of the Opera and begins sabotaging the show. He drops a fake woman's head with dynamite, which Jack throws backstage, accidentally blowing up Oggy. Dee Dee continues disrupting the performance with loud noises and eventually drops a cruise ship backdrop onto Jack. Oggy tries to stop Dee Dee from above, but accidentally falls onto a rocket prop, which launches and hits the moon. Chaos continues as Joey and Marky move the background scenes. Dee Dee drops a piggy bank prop that hits Oggy, and a banana sends it flying into Jack. Both crash outside and into a nearby bank. Oggy and Jack are mistakenly arrested, possibly accused of robbing the bank. While they sit in jail with a piggy bank prop, Dee Dee becomes the star opera performer, his singing even broadcasted at the police station. In the first episode of Season 2, Oggy is returning from the grocery store when he sees a flyer for a circus and gets excited, until he realizes he has no money. After finding only 2 peanuts in his piggy bank, Jack comes up with an idea to build their own circus at home. The next morning, Oggy wakes up to find his house transformed into a circus. The first act is a clown performance, where Jack repeatedly tricks Oggy with explosive roses during costume changes, leaving Oggy humiliated each time. Next is the cockroach tamer act. Jack tries to train the cockroaches like lions. Marky crashes into an anvil. Joey burns himself trying to jump through fire, and Dee Dee awkwardly stretches his mouth like a lion would. Oggy remains unimpressed. Then comes a magician act, where Jack accidentally cuts Oggy in half using a real saw instead of a fake one. Oggy hops back to the audience bandaged and frustrated. The final act is an acrobat show. Jack climbs an extremely tall ladder, and Oggy gets bored doing random things like eating lunch and solving puzzles. Jack reaches space, but the cockroaches sabotage his act by placing a spring and then electrifying the safety net. Jack is launched and electrocuted. The chaos draws the attention of a real ringmaster who sees potential in Jack. Joey signs a contract on Jack's behalf, and Jack becomes the star of a real circus show. The cockroaches get rich, the crowd cheers, and Oggy watches impressed while munching on popcorn. In the next episode, Oggy and Jack are watching TV when a mysterious visitor rings the doorbell. After arguing over who should answer it, Jack opens the door and is surprised when a girl hugs and kisses him, mistaking him for someone else. Turns out she's Monica, Oggy's twin sister, and not Jack's love interest as he initially thought. Oggy is thrilled and introduces Monica to Jack with great excitement. Oggy enthusiastically takes Jack to the living room and uses a slideshow remote to explain Monica's life story. He shares their birth at New Hollandia Hospital, childhood memories, teenage years with braces, and adult activities like playing tennis. Oggy talks non-stop, even through the night, while Jack becomes bored. Meanwhile, Monica does exercises, skates, and drinks lots of milk from the fridge. Monica invites Jack to skate with her, and he rushes to get skates from the storage room, disturbing the cockroaches in the process. Though bad at skating, Jack tries to impress Monica. She's graceful, while Jack struggles to keep up and ends up getting in trouble with a police officer due to a misunderstanding caused by the cockroaches. Later, in the park, Monica performs acrobatics as Jack deals with more cockroach pranks involving fireworks. He ends up hurting himself, but Monica checks on him, and he's fine. At the bungee jumping area, Monica jumps fearlessly while Oggy films everything. Jack, however, is scared. The cockroaches sabotage him, pulling off his shorts mid-jump and leaving him exposed. Monica watches the footage and sees Jack's embarrassing moment, which he covers with a bush. That night, they all watch the bungee footage on TV and laugh. Monica says goodbye, kisses Jack, and gives him her phone number, 444-333-2222. Oggy closes the door, but Jack is overjoyed and howls with happiness like a wolf and a gorilla. In the next episode, the video begins in a busy city, then shifts to a pyramid full of tourists. Jack climbs to the top of the pyramid and proudly stretches out his arms. He tries to take a picture, but his camera fails, so Oggy hands him a replacement part. Meanwhile, the cockroaches, hidden in Oggy's bag, escape and plan mischief. Joey places a dynamite on the pyramid, causing an explosion. Jack sees Marky and Dee Dee and blames them. As cracks form, Jack slides down the pyramid like a snowboarder and crashes into a sphinx, knocking off its head. Joey continues taking photos, but Oggy catches him and starts a chase. They all end up falling into a hole inside the pyramid. While falling, the screen warps, and they land in ancient Egypt. There, Oggy meets Bob, who makes him help rebuild the pyramid. Oggy gets crushed by a brick, while the cockroaches laugh and relax in a luxury tent. Joey gets separated and discovers a mysterious map, accidentally pressing a button that opens a secret passage. He finds a tomb and excitedly pulls it out, accidentally crushing someone. The tomb slides down the pyramid, causing destruction. It crashes into Oggy's brick, flings into the tent, and crushes Bob. Inside the tomb, Joey awakens a terrifying mummy. The mummy mummy roars, and everyone, Oggy and the cockroaches, runs away in panic. Just as they reach the top and think they're safe, the mummy appears again, forcing them to leap into the pyramid's warp hole, landing safely on the ground. Jack, now badly injured, tells Oggy it's time to go home. Oggy checks for the mummy but finds nothing and relaxes. On the plane, Oggy tells Jack about the mummy. Jack laughs, until it's revealed the mummy is hiding in his suitcase. In the season 2 finale, Oggy is taking photos near the Eiffel Tower when he crashes into a sidewalk stand selling tickets to the Folies Bergère show. He buys a ticket and then heads to the Eiffel Tower, choosing the cheap €3 staircase ticket instead of the €3,000 elevator pass. However, he tries to sneak into the elevator and gets caught by a policeman. After trying to flirt his way out, Oggy is beaten up and forced to pay the full €3,000. While riding the elevator, Oggy mocks the policeman, unaware he's also inside, leading to another beating that leaves Oggy temporarily blind. He regains his vision using binoculars, only to see Dee Dee stealing his show ticket. A wild chase across the Eiffel Tower begins, ending with Oggy nearly falling off the tip. Joey triggers Oggy's acrophobia and unscrews the pole, causing Oggy to fall onto a stall, then bounce onto a moving train. The cockroaches hijack the train after beating up the driver, while Oggy tries to catch up. He finally enters a coach, but gets stuck halfway, where the same policeman catches him again. Terrified, Oggy pulls the emergency brake, derailing the train through buildings and into Notre Dame. The chaos continues until Oggy falls from a unicorn statue onto the policeman, leading to his arrest. He ends up in jail, shackled with a prison ball, watching the Folies Bergère show on TV, while the cockroaches enjoy the show from Oggy's actual seat at the theater. In the first episode of season 3, Oggy is making sushi and tries to cut a live octopus for its tentacles, but the octopus tearfully pleads for mercy. Touched, Oggy spares it and throws the knife, which accidentally hits the cockroaches. The octopus thanks Oggy by kissing and tickling him, upsetting the cockroaches. The octopus becomes Oggy's personal servant, bringing him food and taking care of him, while the cockroaches, especially Dee Dee, crave its tentacles. Dee Dee secretly cuts one off and eats it with his brothers, but the octopus senses it and throws them out the window. At night, the octopus tucks Oggy into bed, then catches the roaches in the bathroom and flushes them down the toilet. However, once Oggy is asleep, the octopus reveals his true nature. He's actually a thief, stealing everything in Oggy's house. The next day, they shop at a supermarket where the octopus causes trouble, including attacking a seafood vendor for selling octopus meat. Back home, the octopus continues stealing while pretending to massage Oggy. He even tricks a delivery man and sends the cockroaches, disguised as a gift, to Bob, who beats them up after opening the box. That night, as the octopus is about to escape with the stolen goods, Jack returns and punches him. When Jack squeezes the octopus's head, all the stolen items fall out, exposing the truth to Oggy. Heartbroken, Oggy watches the octopus flee, only for the cockroaches to try and cook him. He escapes in a car but leaves a tentacle behind. Oggy eventually prepares sushi from the detached tentacle. Dee Dee tries to eat it, but the tentacle slaps him and escapes back to its owner. The cats and cockroaches then all chase after the runaway tentacle. In the other episode, on a sunny day in Hollywood, Oggy is taking photos when he sees an ad for a film starring his favorite actor, Henry. Excited, he plans to get an autograph during the movie's premiere at 5 p.m. While walking, he enters Warmount Studios, mistaking it for the cinema. Inside, Oggy boards a studio tour train, but chaos erupts when the cockroaches hijack it. Dee Dee ejects all the passengers except Oggy. After multiple sabotages, Dee Dee detaches the train engine, leaving Oggy behind. The engine crashes into various film sets, disrupting productions like A Jungle Scene, Titanic, E.T., and more. Oggy ends up in wild action, fantasy, and romantic scenes, including one where Joey kisses him. Eventually, Oggy escapes a crowd of movie characters and resumes chasing the roaches by car. A wild police chase ensues. Oggy finally crashes into Henry, just in time to ask for an autograph, but the police arrive and arrest Oggy, mistaking him for the troublemaker, while the cockroaches get away. In jail, Oggy sadly watches Henry on TV, only to spot the cockroaches taunting him through the screen. He tries to convince the guard they're the real culprits, but the guard ignores him. Oggy ends up sobbing, once again defeated by the cockroaches. In the season 3 finale, on a pleasant day, Oggy relaxes in his inflatable chair in the garden, knitting a sock, but Jack interrupts him, announcing he's entering the big Formula 1 championships with car number 13. Jack drags Oggy along to the racetrack, unaware that the cockroaches are hiding waiting in his Jeep. At the circuit, Oggy is amazed by Jack's race car. He tries to get in but is mistaken for an intruder and hit with a wrench. After clarifying, Oggy is allowed in, but he soon gets bored and wanders around, only to be repeatedly run over by cars or blasted by engines. Meanwhile, the cockroaches sneak around. In the garage, Joey slips a sleeping pill into Jack's drink, causing him to fall asleep. The cockroaches disguise themselves and enter the race using Jack's car. Oggy, watching from the stands, realizes what happened and rushes to stop them but is ignored and run over. Oggy ends up in a pink cheerleader's car and joins the race. The cockroaches cause havoc, making other racers crash. Oggy tries to catch them, but they throw objects at him and sabotage his car. Despite the chaos, Oggy keeps going, even driving with his teeth when the steering wheel is thrown away. Near the finish, Oggy presses a mysterious button that launches him into the air, but his car continues blocking the roaches. Oggy lands back in the car and wins the race. Jack, still asleep, wakes up too late and realizes he finished last. Oggy receives his trophy and sprays Jack with champagne in celebration. Back home, Oggy proudly displays his trophy while Jack sulks. Oggy cheers him up by hammering the cockroaches into a trophy shape. Jack smiles, realizing who really sabotaged his race. In the backyard, Jack plays with a remote control version of Oggy's race car, with the cockroaches tied to it. In the first episode of season 4, Oggy is watering the garden when a moving truck arrives, and a beautiful white cat named Olivia steps out. Oggy is instantly smitten, accidentally spraying himself with the hose while distracted. Olivia giggles and enters the house. Oggy, still dazed, floats in the air in love, confusing the cockroaches. Later, Olivia gives Oggy an invitation card, and he happily waves at her even after she leaves. The cockroaches try to snap him out of his love-struck state, but fail. Oggy then prepares for a romantic visit, dresses up, brings flowers and food, and gets a kiss from Olivia. But when they reach her backyard, Oggy is disappointed to see Bob and Jack already there. During the gathering, Oggy is constantly overshadowed and squished by Bob and Jack. Olivia tries to be nice to everyone, but the cockroaches secretly steal the food. When Oggy swats them away, Olivia misunderstands and thinks he's destroying the picnic. Bob and Jack are furious as the table breaks. Later, Bob and Jack grill hot dogs, and the cockroaches trick Oggy by putting chili in his bun. He breathes fire and burns the moon, then cools down in a fountain. Olivia brings out an inflatable pool, and Bob exhausts himself blowing it up. Everyone gets in. Oggy tries to impress Olivia with a diving stunt, but Joey oils the board, causing him to slip and crash. During splashing games, Oggy's over-enthusiastic splash leads to Bob soaking him. The cockroaches pop the pool with a tack, tying Bob and Jack to an anvil underwater. A massive flood bursts out, flowing through the streets and creating chaos. Olivia is swept away by the flood, and the cockroaches surf the waves. Oggy joins the chase to save her. He defeats each cockroach in comical ways. Dee Dee lands in dog food, Joey gets blended, and Marky is mowed by a lawnmower. Oggy then saves Olivia from a waterfall, earning a kiss. In the aftermath, Bob and Jack clean up the mess while Olivia kisses Oggy goodbye. As he heads home, the cockroaches try to prank him again, but Oggy swats them with their own hammer and enters his house, feeling satisfied. In the next episode, Oggy decides to go scuba diving and asks Jack to join him, but Jack prefers to stay on the boat. As Oggy dives alone, his suit gets torn when it catches on a nail. Underwater, he tries to photograph a coral, but it hides, disappointing him. He then follows a tortoise that tricks him into a sunken boat, where he unexpectedly spots a beautiful mermaid. As he tries to take her photo, her bodyguard, an angry shark, beats him up. Meanwhile, the cockroaches dive into the sea in swimsuits and race using sea creatures, a seahorse, jellyfish, and stingray. Dee Dee crashes into coral, making the others laugh. They soon spot the mermaid and shark playing ping pong, and Joey gets the idea to kidnap her and make money, despite Marky and Dee Dee's fear of the shark. Joey forces Dee Dee to distract the shark by blaming Oggy, who gets chased. Dee Dee tries to eat the mermaid, but gets only a scale. Joey and Marky then kidnap the mermaid and hide in the sunken boat. Dee Dee, now angry, tattles to the shark, who becomes furious when he sees the mermaid is gone. Guided by Dee Dee and underwater clues, the shark heads for the boat. Joey and Marky try to stop him with a plan. Marky will lure the shark while Joey drops an anchor on him. The plan works, but Marky gets smashed in the process. Joey attempts to escape with the mermaid, but Oggy stops him. A swordfish duel follows. Oggy wins using his camera, knocking Joey's teeth out. In the end, the shark takes group photos of Oggy, the mermaid, and everyone else. The mermaid even kisses Oggy on the cheek. Back on the boat, Jack accidentally deletes deletes all the photos, causing Oggy to chase him angrily. On shore, Marky and Dee Dee wave goodbye to their sea creature friends, while a beaten Joey floats in the water. In the season 4 finale, Oggy's surprise visit to Venice cheered Olivia up, but she didn't know that Oggy was about to propose to her. Jack asked what's the reason that he wanted to take him to Venice. Oggy showed the ring to him, and he knew he was going to marry her, so he could be happy. Meanwhile, the Cockroaches wanted to take the ring, so Joey could make Lady K his friend forever. When Oggy was about to propose to Olivia for the first time, it didn't work. She was off to somewhere else. When the Cockroaches stole the diamond marriage ring that Oggy was about to give to Olivia, and the chase started again, he got the ring safely. When they were in a coffee shop, Oggy wasn't expecting an unknown painter talking to Olivia. It was nighttime in Venice, and the three were at a pizza shop. Oggy put the ring in Olivia's glass, and he wanted Jack to go away, but just because of the painter, everything was ruined. When Oggy wanted to spy at the mysterious man, he cried hysterically because he thought Olivia had a boyfriend. He wrote the number of the boat on Jack's head. When they held the painter captive, Olivia was here. Oggy asked Olivia where she had been. She told everything, even about the painter. Now there was a free ride for Oggy and Olivia, but the boatman was like the Cockroaches. When Olivia said that she would marry Oggy, the Cockroaches unfortunately stole the ring again, and Oggy and Jack were then on a mass mayhem chase to save the ring from the Cockroaches. In the end, Oggy had finally married Olivia, while the Cockroaches are put on a cake as their punishment. And then Oggy got a Jean-Yves frame, and later revealed that the painter is actually Jean-Yves Rambaud. Olivia hugs Oggy, and Jean-Yves is really proud of them. In the first episode of season 5, in Egypt, a new pyramid is being built, and Oggy is helping by placing small blocks. Bob asks him to move a giant block, so Oggy uses a crowbar and finishes the task just in time for lunch. As he begins to eat his large baguette sandwich, the Cockroaches steal it, triggering a chase through the pyramid. In the chaos, they accidentally fill in many of the empty spaces. Oggy manages to catch the roaches and sadly eats only a leftover tomato. Trying to leave the pyramid, he asks the Cockroaches for directions. Each gives a different one. Frustrated, Oggy hits a coffin, which unexpectedly opens and reveals a mummy. The Cockroaches make silly designs on the mummy before it wakes up. Once it does, everyone panics and runs, but the mummy follows them everywhere. Oggy hides in a golden statue, afraid, but Joey tells him the mummy thinks Oggy resembles an Egyptian cat god. The mummy, impressed, asks Oggy for an autograph. Oggy signs and asks the mummy for the exit, but the mummy is just as lost and returns to his coffin. Oggy, now hopeless, climbs into the coffin himself, deciding to become a mummy too. The real mummy returns and tells Oggy that the only exit is above. Oggy spots a rope but can't reach it, so he borrows the mummy's and throws it, only for it to catch on an Anubis statue. This triggers all Anubis statues to release sand, turning the pyramid into a volcano-like explosion of sand. Finally, Oggy, the mummy, and the Cockroaches are launched out of the pyramid. The mummy, happy to be free, uses Bob's muffler as pants. Oggy draws a smiley face on him, and the mummy joyfully walks into the city. In the season 5 finale, Oggy is helping Merlin practice magic from a giant spellbook, trying to lift a stool without touching it, but they're constantly interrupted by visitors. Arthur, with pimples, Bob, wanting to get fit, and Jack, wanting a bushier tail. Each time, Merlin just gives them bread and butter and shoos them away, frustrated that he can't focus. Meanwhile, the Cockroaches take advantage of the chaos to try stealing the legendary sword. Dee Dee, powered by eating the butter, surprisingly lifts the sword, prompting Merlin and Oggy to react by throwing the giant book at them. Morgan Le Fay arrives after Merlin's 7-pipe trumpet sounds, claiming to be a better magician. She magically solves Arthur's pimples, slims Bob, and makes Jack's tail perfect, gaining everyone's admiration. But she keeps trying to steal Merlin's wizard hat in a humorous back and forth. Oggy blocks the Cockroaches from escaping and retrieves the sword, but Merlin and Morgan continue fighting with wild magical transformations, including turning into fire hydrants, dragons, sponges, eagles, wrestlers, and more. As the chaos continues, Oggy tries to stop the Cockroaches, but Morgan distracts everyone with a song. Merlin can't stand her singing, and just when it seems like she's won, she betrays everyone by stealing Arthur's crown, trapping Merlin in a tree and attacking Jack, Bob, and Arthur. Oggy, reading spells from the giant book, throws multiple stools at Morgan and eventually gives the sword to Arthur to help save the day. Merlin prepares for revenge, but Morgan transforms into a superhero and battles him with a hammer. Just then, Merlin tricks her, and she transforms into the cockroaches and escapes through the sewer. In the end, the cockroaches fall in love with Morgan, but Oggy is seen practicing his mantras again, this time trying to levitate a fly swatter, which ends up hitting Morgan in the face. Everyone laughs, except Morgan, who bursts into tears. And the following seasons are remakes of the first seasons. So for now, we can say that Oggy's story is over. There is also Oggy and the Cockroaches Next Generation, but I can say that it does not contribute much to the story. So that's it for now. I hope you liked my video. If you like it, I will make more cartoon recap videos. See you in the next videos. Bye bye.